this photo was taken when I was 6, and this was in intensive care. So this is right before I became diagnosed with OCD. And much of my anxiety at the time was around germs and hygiene, and that clinical setting being the only thing that could protect me. Outside of the hospital, I felt so vulnerable, and I would wash my hands until they were bleeding raw. I have this idea of this memory of like washing my hands until they were like bleeding in the sink at times, and having blisters on my hands constantly. And all of that is still part of my journey. I still have times when I really struggle, but I've done a lot of like OCD therapy, and last year I had therapy online, and I also dealt with a lot of childhood trauma. So I mentioned some of the things that were said to me when I was younger, like being called tumor boy. One of the vivid memories I have is of my dad telling me that I was stupid when I couldn't do things. He used to teach me and tell me that he was rather smart and had been accepted into Mensa and those sort of things. And so I had memories of never being adequate enough for him, and being taught that I was a burden because of my disability and because I couldn't learn the same as him. When we'd sit and do homework, he'd always get frustrated, which would then make me feel anxious and overwhelmed. And one thing I'm learning about myself is that sometimes I need that quiet, I need to shut down. Not because I don't want the world to know that I'm okay and I need their support sometimes, but sometimes everything is just so much for me that I need that quiet space. I like routine, I like the same sort of foods. Yesterday I arrived in the city centre, and I was staying again tonight in Bradford, and I wandered around for about an hour last night looking for somewhere to eat. I was like, oh, I could try Popeyes. And then I was like, oh, Wingstop, I could have those in Bournemouth. And the amount of times I've seen them in like Manchester or in London, like I really want to try them. And then I ended up just going to McDonald's because it's a safe food. I know what it's like. I'm going to get the same thing every single time.